Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to make a video as a tribute to a great deck, and that deck is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. And here is the box for the mass market edition. The mass market edition was published by Harper Publishers in 2016, and I'm going to be showing cards from the mass market edition because that is the one that I have. This deck was independently published by Kim Krans about 4 years before this one. I'm fairly sure it was published or self-published in 2012, about 4 years before the mass market edition. So here is the box, and this is the large outer box of the packaging. The only thing I don't like about the mass market edition is that I think there is a bit too much packaging, but other than that, it's a very good edition of the deck. And on the cover, this is the World card. I wanted to make this video today as a tribute to this deck because it's a great deck, and it is also quite an important deck because it was really and still is a breakthrough kind of deck. It's a unique deck. It was the first contemporary deck to integrate the two systems of the Waite-Smith system and the plain pip Marseille style decks. It's also a great deck for beginners. So here is the box. It has the outer packaging, and there is a magnetic clasp box. Very hard cardboard. That's the magnetic clasp here. Here is the book, also written by Kim Krans. It's quite well written, and I think it's a great beginner's deck because it's written in a simplified way, in a basic way, but it also is quite close to the original or general meanings of tarot. There's only a couple of associations in the deck that I'm not keen on, but otherwise I'm in general agreement with the ideas and the meanings that are in this book. So I think this is a great beginner's deck. And I know when I started in tarot 25 years ago, I went straight into esoteric tarot, really. But I think for people who want a contemporary deck, and this is on a nature theme, this is a really good choice. And this was also the type of deck that greatly influenced a lot of contemporary decks that came after this deck, because don't forget, this was originally created in 2012. So this did influence a lot of decks that came after in the contemporary kind of genre, because this was one of the first nature-themed decks, and also the first one to kind of integrate the two genres between plain pip decks and partially scenic decks. So here is the book. But there is a description for each of the cards, for the meanings. There are some simple spreads in here, and I just love the way that the book is set out and the ideas in the book. And I think it is geared in a simple way, a simple perspective that would be really attractive to and interesting for beginners. Inside the packaging there is the hardcover box for the cards, and I think there is the larger box for the book. So here is the hard cardboard box for the cards, and it has a black ribbon inside to lift the cards out, and again it has the world card on the cover. So I'm now going to show some of the cards that I particularly like, and the card stock is good. This is, you know, quite a good version of the original deck, and from what I have read and heard, this is a very good quality. It's a very good version compared to the original independent deck. So I'm going to get started with the Major Arcana cards. Here is the back of the cards, and the cards have mainly a black and white theme, and I really like that as well. I love black and white decks. I don't have very many of them, and I wish I had more. I wish more were made. There is a touch of colour on most of the cards. There are a few cards that are black and white. There is just a touch of colour on most of the cards, and I like just a touch of colour. I know there are some people who say, oh, I wish there was more colour in the deck, or if they see a black and white deck, they think of colouring the deck. Well, I just think that if that's what you want, then you should buy a completely coloured deck, because this deck is designed in the way that it was intended by the creator. So just to show some of the cards that I like, here is the Fool card, which is the little duckling. I think it's a perfect choice for the Fool card. Kind of vulnerability and simplicity of the Fool. So this is the Fool card, and the Major Arcana cards are numbered in Roman numerals, and I'm pretty sure that the Minor Arcana are all in Roman numerals too. I actually waited for the mass market edition of this deck. There was a lot of hype, could you imagine, for 4 years before the mass market edition became available. And I was interested in the deck straight away over those years. I found it interesting, but the 4 years actually gave me time to decide whether I did want to get the deck, because I'm not a follower. I'm not a follower at all. I make my own decisions about tarot and about everything really, but especially about tarot. I don't get on a bandwagon when a deck is wildly popular. I always wait to see what the deck is about and what are the merits of the deck. And this deck really does hold its own, and it is still doing that. I think it always will. Here is the Fool card. The cards have a matte finish. The Empress. Now, what an original concept for the Empress. It's all about nature and abundance. Perfect choice for the Empress card. And the title is on the bottom of the card. And of course, here is the Emperor. Beautiful pine tree. Great choice for the Emperor card. I love the Hierophant. What a great choice. In some ways, the Hierophant card is an ominous card. I think a lot of people don't think of it in that way, but there is a mystery connected to the Hierophant card, and I mean it from a traditional esoteric perspective. And I love the key for the Hierophant in this deck too. So the Hierophant, Justice, and I love the traditional numbering for the deck. Number 8 for Justice is the traditional plain pip and Marseille numbering in the original first tarot decks. The numbering for Justice being changed from the original number 8 to number 11 only happened many hundreds of years later by Arthur Waite with his Waite-Smith deck, who just decided to change the numbering. But this is the tradition. 8 for Justice. Number 8, and I love the choice of the 2 cats here in black and white. It's all about balance. Beautiful. Wheel of Fortune. What a beautiful card. The cycle of nature. Really beautiful. Strength card, number 11. Beautiful lion. Just beautiful. Devil card. A great devil card. The Tower. Great choice again. Moon, beautiful crescent moon. And these cards are great for journaling too. The Sun. Excuse me, Judgment. And I love this for a Judgment card. That's why this deck is unique. It's really thinking outside the square. Judgment. Now for the Minor Arcana. We have the Ace of Wands. Three of Wands. And these have the Roman numerals at the top of the card. And the Son of Wands. And I love the way the court cards are all different animal families. So this is the snake family for the wands. So you have daughter, son, mother and father. So this is the Son of Wands, which would be like the Knight. Son of Wands. Now for cups. Ace of Cups. Ten of Cups. I think this is such an original concept for the Ten of Cups. And the Mother of Cups. So for Cups, this is the Swan family. Mother of Cups. I actually like this deck more as time goes on. Ace of Swords. I really like the sword suit of this deck. It's very original. Ace of Swords. I love the infinity symbol here. I think this is one of the best Ace of Swords cards around. And I love this three of Swords. This Three of Swords I think is so original. I don't know about you, but I am really tired of seeing the usual heart in the middle of the Three of Swords card with the swords. I'm really a bit tired of that image. And I love this red binding, this red thread instead of a heart image for the Three of Swords. I'm just showing the Ace of Swords again because I love this card. Ace of Swords. I really like this as well for the Eight of Swords. Now, how original is that? The chrysalis stage of a cocoon with the butterfly that is still very hemmed in. It's a great concept for the Eight of Swords. Very original. So these are simple but profound images. Daughter of Swords. So the sword family, this is the owl family for swords. I love this card. I really like owls. So Daughter of Swords. And looking at this deck as I do, it's always new. It always seems new for me. It's a timeless kind of deck. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. I really like this Three of Pentacles. This has a very esoteric meaning in connection with this card, and this Three of Swords is actually quite close to the esoteric meaning. I think it may have been unintentional, but for me, this really connects to the esoteric meaning of the Three of Pentacles. Great card. And the Son of Pentacles. So the Pentacles has the deer family. What a beautiful card. Son of Pentacles. So there's some of the cards that I particularly like from the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans, the mass market edition. I really wanted to make this video today as a tribute to a great deck, an important deck. It has been a breakthrough deck. It still is in a lot of ways. It really started the whole trend of contemporary tarot decks. Here is the smaller box for the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. So I'll put some details below the video. I hope you enjoyed my review and my tribute to this deck. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.